Hello, I'm Jonathan Montgomery. I'm Professor of Healthcare Law at UCL Laws, but I also have a number of other public service roles, including chairing the Nuffield Council on Bioethics, which is the nearest the UK has to a National Ethics Committee, and also the Health Research Authority that oversees the system of research ethics committees in the NHS and tries to facilitate ethical research. I teach the course Law and Governance of Global Health, and to some extent we will aim to tailor the course to what you need to do. But the essence of the approach is that we're interested in seeing how law and governance mechanisms can contribute to global health and how they come into competition with other fundamental values, including personal liberty and economic values. So fundamentally we'll be exploring the scope of the right to health, how it works at international level, and also how it's implemented in domestic legal systems. And depending on where people are from and what they want to study, we've sometimes used case studies from the English National Health Service to explore that. We look at a range of topics. We look at the international documents on the right to health. We look at some of the local manifestations of that, in particular legal systems. We pick some particular examples of clashes. We look at tobacco and the clashes between health needs and industrial interests. We also look at trade and global health, particularly in relation to access to medicines. In past years, we've picked up the response to Ebola and how well the legal system was equipped and the governance systems of the World Health Organization to respond to that. We might look at pandemic influenza, if that's what interests people. We've looked at clashes between children and maternal health. We've looked at this essence of how we might meet Millennium Development Goals around women's health. So what we aim to do is to give you a chance to explore some of the philosophical questions around the right to health in practical contexts, to fit it around topics that are of interest to you. And the assessment at the end of the course is through a 3,000-word essay. So illustrative topics for that would be something along the lines of the right to health. It works very well as a political slogan, a campaigning umbrella, but it's not so good when you try and implement it through the courts. Or have the health needs to restrict tobacco use been properly balanced against either individual liberty or commercial interests in free trade. And we've looked also, a third illustrative topic would be around how effective the courts are at implementing justiciable rights to health and whether we think they're progressive or regressive. That's to say, whether or not we think that they help equalise and maximise global health or whether they just advantage people who already have significant resources and already are rather better placed to look after their own health. So this is a course which is not so much learning legal rules as about discussing the place of law in relation to the campaign for improving global health. I very much hope you'll consider taking it, and if you do, I look forward to meeting you in the new year. Thank you very much.